All right, I don't know if anybody's going to make it back because I had a power glitch here at the house because we have a thunderstorm. So right now I'm waiting on my computer to come back up. I don't know why it went completely down. It did. So it's coming back up. And I got my cell phone attached. And it looks like I've got a few people that have come back in. My computer's booting. I knew we were going to have some rain today, but I didn't know it was going to be bad enough to shut off my computer. I normally, if we have a power outage, it just flickers for a second and goes on, and I don't have any issues with my computer. But apparently, my computer does not want to play nice in the thunderstorm today. And we're having too much fun here to quit, don't you think? So it looks like my computer's back up so I can put my password in. And it is booting so I can get back to where I can see everybody chatting with me. So what have y'all been doing while I was having technical difficulties? So hopefully that'll come back up here in just a moment. And you still see, I'm going to stand up for a moment. All right. Okay, good. I'm glad you see me now. So I'm going to kind of continue on. Let's see, I may need to move up just a little bit. There we go. So I've got a stamp here, and I put some blue paint over here. And I'm going to pat it into the paint. And then we're going to just stamp it randomly over this paper. I'm not paying attention really to where I'm putting it. I'm just putting it, okay? So that'll take it a moment to dry. So we're going to grab another piece of paper. My computer's coming up. It's coming up. Yay! All right, so come on, Pooter. Give me my YouTube stuff. So that'll take it a moment to dry. And I know I want to put some more stuff on top of that. I think we want to do some teal. So I'm going to get another tray out. Move this over. This is where you have to have a large work area. So I've got this really pale, almost like a Tiffany teal. I'm going to put that in the middle there. And kind of spread it out just a little bit. I guess I'm going to have to invest in a battery backup for my Wi-Fi and my computer in my studio for when I do live streaming. Let's see here. So we did that. Let's do something else. Oh, let's do the diamonds. So we're going to put the diamonds. I'm just marching it across the acrylic paint. And we're going to kind of fill this in. I like the texture that it puts on here. Kind of go off the page. Isn't that kind of neat? And what I like to do sometimes is set one aside so it can dry. And then I'll grab another one and go into that. And this will just basically be the beginnings of a background for another project. And I'll set this one aside, grab another one. Okay, it looks like my computer's back up, so now I can go to my channel so I can get the chat back on my screen. Loading, please wait. So one moment, please, while we connect you to the next available representative. All right, so this time I'm just going to grab the teal and put it over here. So some of the other backgrounds that I made is using stencils with Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. That's a fun way to make backgrounds. I kind of need just a little bit more paint so I can cover the whole piece. And I'm just using copy paper, and the reason being it's cheap, and if I don't like it, it's not like I use really expensive cardstock. It's just cheap paper. You can also use book pages for this. So basically I was just using up the paint that was in my palette. This is a great way to make your own, what I call scrapbook background papers. All right, I think I'm getting closer. Okay. Oh, that's not the right one. Let's go back. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Loading, please wait. Technology these days, isn't it fun? Oh my word. I think I need to replace the computer that I use in my studio because it has a tendency to lock up. I don't think it likes what I'm doing as far as computing is concerned. How many of y'all like to make your own background pages? All right, so now I've got this portion. Yay, you see me. Okay, so now I want to, can I bust out the chat? Pop out chat. There we go. So thank you for the few that were able to make it over here. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties that we had. The power glitched here in Yukon. I think a few people are sending me messages now. So I will tell Rob, I gotta tell Robin that I'm coming back, and I'll give the video link. And if you would share this video with others so that they can come and watch as well, because I had technical difficulties. And I'm going to share this link in my group. Paste. Come on, paste. Share now. Junk journal. Paste. Now let's go to the events. Paste. All right, so I'm not typing, so I can't really tell everybody all the details of what we're doing, but I was able to share the video, and now I'm going to, I got the chat up. Yay, I can see you. Hello. Hello, hello. There's a little bit of delay on my screen. Okay, for those of you that didn't know, the power glitched because we have a severe thunderstorm going through Yukon. And it took my computer down that I was attached to. I wasn't using a mobile device. And then I had to wait for it to come back up, and I was trying to get my cell phone attached as well. So now we have my computer in front of me over here, and then I've got my cell phone above me. So unless my battery dies on my cell phone, we should be good to go. All right, so I have spread out some paint onto a couple of pieces of paper here. So this one is where I started by putting down some acrylic paint on top, and then I stamped off some more here, and then I just coated the whole page. So let's go back to this one because I want to add some more marks to that. And I got to remember to clean my stamps off. I'm going to have a big mess. Messy, messy, messy. All right, so what shape should we do next? I think we should do some more circles. Let's get the can out. But what color? What color do you want to see on top of that next? I think, let's do this pink. It's kind of a, what is it called? Royal fuchsia. Royal fuchsia. So we're going to put a little royal fuchsia in the tray. Let's kind of spread it just a little bit thinner. Kind of like you're making a paint stamp pad, if that makes sense. Okay. So now I'm going to take my Coca-Cola can and go on here every so often. I think that's kind of interesting. What do you think? I think we need to do some white bubble wrap. Don't you think we should do some white bubble wrap? Okay, so that's the big can. So now let's do the shot glass too. What do you think? It wouldn't let you share the link. I don't know why. I wonder, I wonder. Okay, let me see if it'll let me edit the video while we're in it. Basic info, public, quick, custom, advanced, enable live chat. Okay. Well, I don't see a setting that would not allow it to be shared, but I did share it in the group, okay? I'm here. I'm sorry. My power went out. We have a severe thunderstorm, and the power went out for a second, and it came right back up, but it was too late. We had lost the computer, and that's how I was attached. So I reattached using my cell phone, and my computer came back up so I can see the chat now. Yeah, please, if you will follow me and make sure you hit the notification bell, you'll get a notification when I go back on. Okay. Oh, well, I'm glad you got to see this part from running errands. It may be good that we had a take two. And I'll go back in and edit the description afterwards. You like that? That's kind of interesting. What do you think? With the pink on there? Okay, I want this dry a moment. And we're going to go back to this one. And let me get the Coke can. And we'll make some circles in the Coke can. What do you think? Oh, Cheryl, I'm talking about on YouTube. Make sure that you hit the notification bell at the top. And since I am on the computer doing the live, I have not added anybody to the group, but will here shortly. I need to add another administrator of my Byland to Israel so that I can have help when I'm doing something like this. Henry sometimes helps me, but he's working, and he's my other administrator. All right, so I've got some pinks there. Yeah, you may have to work a little bit on the chat. Okay, perfect. Then you should still get notifications. And it's good every once in a while to just check your settings. So anytime you visit my channel, go up there and hit that bell and make sure it says notifications are on. All right, you like it? Isn't that kind of neat? So that's just with the white background, okay? So we've got a white background and we have a purple background so far. So by doing it in a series like this, you kind of get some that match a little bit, if you will. And I should have stamped the blue on this other page. That's what I should have did. But I didn't. I guess I could still. All right, so now I've got the teal. So let's do the Coke can again. My paint's getting thinner and thinner as we go. So how many of you watching this now, you know, seeing how easy it is. There really is no mistakes. Are going to sit down and make some mixed media backgrounds. Would you try the shaving cream, or do you like what we're doing with the acrylic paint, just the craft paint that we're using here? I know, don't rely on YouTube for everything. Felix says, use her for paint. She could stand to get thinner. Oh, too funny. Too funny. Carrie says, me. She's going to play. I think she's playing now. She said she got a few things out. Oh, this is kind of fun, just playing. You could do this on old book pages too, y'all. So you're going to get another layer of interest. Man, I can hear the rain coming down. Wow. It is raining. Henry said that there was an update that we were supposed to have severe thunderstorms through Tuesday, and we could have flash flooding. Yeah, the shaving cream was fun, and that's in the first video, so you can go back and use that. Yeah, Naomi says you can use spiral notepads to make heaps and heaps of background pages, and then you can use them as you needed. All right, so let's let this one dry. Yeah, so you're getting it up in Tulsa too. All right, so I'm gonna clean my pink off my palette by adding paint to my page. I don't know, this is just one of those techniques that makes me happy. It's somewhat pretty instant gratification. I mean, once it's dry, it's ready to use in your projects. Depending on the weight of your paper, you can make it into a greeting card, a journaling card, or I'm using copy paper because I figure I can layer it on top of other things. I could also cut these into pieces and make Franken pages out of it. Wouldn't that be a bright, pretty Franken page, journal page, using the paints like this? All right, so we got some pink. So now we got another background we can use, okay? And I'm going to go back to the blue ink that I started a while ago. We're going to try to reactivate it. Move this tray. And see if I can get... It may already dried too much. Oh, it's got a little bit on there, so we'll add some more blue. You're having storms in Australia too. It's just all over the world, isn't it? Yeah, get some blank paper. And, you know, like I said earlier, you can even use printed paper. So if you get some really ugly printed paper that you just don't like, get that out and paint over it. I've got some papers that were given to me that really aren't that pretty. Okay, so now I'm trying to make somewhat of a pattern. And I painted over it and it turned out really cool. Phone book. Yeah, that would be awesome because it's cheap. Phone books in my area are really not necessary because we use our cell phones to look things up. And so you can use those thinner papers. Kind of cleaning my stamp a little bit. All right, so that was here. So you think we should put that blue swirl on top of this one like I did here? No, let's do something else. I'm gonna let this one dry. I think I'm gonna use a different stamp. What do we got? What do we got? I know I have one that is a really cool text that I think we should use. So I'm digging around in my I'm digging in my drawers. No, not those drawers. Not those drawers. All right. Oh, here we go. This is kind of a neat stamp. What do you think of that one? That's kind of cool. I love stamps. I save them. I don't get rid of them. The one time that I got rid of stamps, and that was back in the 90s when I first started collecting stamps, I regretted it. I was like, oh man, what did I do with that? I can't find it. Okay, so this one says kind of art text. And I'm just going to kind of repeat it. What do you think? That's kind of neat. Go off. What do you think of that? Isn't that kind of cool? Well, it sounds like a personal problem if you've got a cat laying on you. Although I know what it's like for a dog to lay on you. They kind of get demanding, these critters, don't they? Hey, Les! So glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. I kind of like the way this looks, don't y'all? That's a neat background. Isn't that? Okay, I'm glad you like it. I can get it right sometimes, y'all. All right, so let's do this one. Okay, I cleaned my stamp, but I keep doing that because I don't want the paint to build up too much. All right, so now let's do this. Okay, we'll do it off. This is a stamp I've had forever. It's from Stampers Anonymous. Scan it, Naomi says. I'll have to find out if this is a free domain stamp image, if I can scan it. Look at that one. So now we've got kind of two different backgrounds together. What do you think of those? You see that? That's kind of cool, isn't it? Loving it. And see, that could be a journal page right there that you could put pockets on or add a little notepad to it. I was trying to see if I had a little I've moved things around so I don't have everything laying here that I normally do. Oh, so if we were to take, you know, a couple of little journaling cards and put that on top, maybe add some paint to the edges, you know? You like that? Liking it. Loving it. Okay, let's go over here. So this one earlier, we needed to add something to it, and I think we need to add, some pink, don't y'all? I think we need to add some pink, and we're gonna do that. What do we got? What do we got that's interesting? Ooh, this is a little lightning type stamp that I've had for a long time. So let's put some pink out. I'm all over the place, ADD. All right, we'll spread this out. Red and black might be good. I'm gonna do the pink. I kind of got a theme going here with the pink and the teal. And I'm gonna send some of these papers to the winner, Darlene, of my giveaway. This will look interesting. What do you think of that with the little, it's like a tree branch or lightning or cracks. Just something interesting for the background. Isn't that a cool stamp? I like that one too. clean my stamp a little bit. And I think we need to do some bubble wrap. I said that already, so I'm going to get another tray. Got another tray. Someone said black. So let's put a little black on here. It's way more than we need. That's a neat stamp. I'm glad I have it in my stash. I've had it for a really long time. Alright, so let's spread out this black. Kind of make a stamp pad with it. And let's pick up and make some bubble wrap stamping. Bubble wrap stamping. It's kind of interesting. Another thing that I like to do after all the paint is dry, I like to use embossing powder on top, and that gives a neat effect as well. Doesn't need much black, but it's got a little bit. Just put a little on there. You like that? It's just different. I don't know. I'm going to set this aside. I think I'm going to do the black. Let's do some black on this pink. I haven't put any more layers on there. So let's do some of this black. Just kind of adding a little bit here and there. And if you get too much, another thing you can do is just go over it with a thin coat of another color like white or a paler color. But I think I want this one to have quite a bit. What do you think? Alrighty. It's kind of interesting, you know. This one we could add some black to. Let's do that with a rubber stamp. So, you think the lightning bolt one? Is that what we should do on this one? Or I know I've got another little weird texty. Let's do this. So we're going to get some interesting. So I'm just flipping it around in the paint, and then whatever it lands. That's kind of interesting. Ah! Flying stamp! What do you think? Just something different, right? All right, the chat is not moving. Did y'all leave me already? Are you done? Hopefully you didn't leave me yet. Oh, dear. All right. I'm liking the way that looks. I think if I hit this with a heat tool for a moment and dry that black paint, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get my embossing powder out. Got to eat some dinner. Oh, the dog's being needy for Robin. You like it? It's just fun, you know, to play with. Trying. Fighting off a needy cat. I was surprised my little dog, Hercules, isn't trying to get in my lap, but it's not thundering too bad. You like the way that looks? Usually I put a bucket of water beside me when I'm doing these kind of techniques so that I can wash my stuff off. And I got so wrapped up doing other things today, I forgot to go grab a bucket and put some water in it. All right, so I'm going to grab some ink. Let me see which one is my old pad. Okay, here's my old pad. And I've got a stamp that's some text. Okay, so it's kind of a text on there. And ooh, I have glitter gold embossing powder. What do you think of that? I'm gonna make a mess. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's see if this is dry. Oh my God, glitter. Okay, so this is my old Versamark pad. It doesn't matter that it doesn't look clear because we're doing it for embossing. I have another one that I keep clean so I don't have to worry about if I'm trying to do white paper and I want to do clear embossing and then I want to do some resist type things. So I'm just going all over on this. And where's my spoon? Where's my spoon? I found my little spoon. All right, so now what I'm going to do is kind of grab some of this powder and dump it on here. And hope that I don't make an entire mess of this by flicking powder everywhere. Because I've been known to do that. I get this container. That's why I use big containers. So I can get the paper down in it. And I'm okay with it sticking in other places. It just adds interest to me. If you're worried about that, make sure that your paint is really dry. See, I'm already flinging powder. And you can also rub down the page before you stamp on it, okay? So I made a big mess. And we got glitter everywhere. So now we're going to emboss. Oh, I can also emboss with the bubble wrap. Yeah, you're right. I'll do that after I get this heat set. Yeah, Robin, you may be buffering due to the weather in your area. I don't know. You may have to, what Emma says, reload. So you can see that gold starting to change on here yet. It's just one of those fun reveals to me when you start to heat this up and you could see the glitter and the shiny embossed areas come up. I don't know. Am I the only one fascinated by embossing powder? I will tell you that you need to watch the brands of embossing powder and read their ingredients because a lot of them have plastics in them. And if you're heating it up and you're making 50 Christmas cards with embossing on it, you're breathing in that fumes and powder and it can really mess up your sinuses. Ask me how I know how. I end up with sinus infection. So when I'm doing a whole bunch of embossing, I will wear a mask. It's one of those that's got a filter on it while I'm embossing, so I don't breathe it in. If I'm just doing one or two, I won't get the mask out. But I'm also not putting my face over the page while I'm washing this. I'm kind of sitting back. Yes, Karen, talking from experience. I've got a lot of embossing powders that were given to me, and they were given to me in not the original container, so I really don't know what's in them or how they were made. So I try to be careful if I'm going to do a lot of embossing that I don't breathe in. It's just interesting how this turns out when you emboss it. I don't even think it needs the bubble wrap unless we do it in white. What do you think? All right, so I'm going to I need a dry, I'm just going to wipe it off because there's loose glitter on it. And I'm just wiping it away. What do you think? Brutus Monroe has a safe brand that I know of for sure that is in the public market. So that would be one that I would recommend. What do you think? You like that? Neat, huh? Okay. Try bubble wrap on another one. Okay, so then let's do that. Do we want to do gold bubble wrap on top of the black bubble wrap? What do you think? In fact, the black paint has some wet spots, so I am not going to dry this. And I know I have a clean... I just stuck my finger in paint. Good thing I have a apron on. Okay, where's my other bubble wrap? I have like 2 more. Oh, there it is. Let the bodies hit the floor. That's where it was, y'all. All right, so this time I'm going to let's roll this up. Okay, so I've got a little thing of bubble wrap, and I'm just going to push it into the pad and squish it onto the page. We'll see how this works out. Okay, so we're just going to quickly do these, and if it needs more, I'll add it. Oh, I think I'm going to like this. I think I'm going to like it. Okay, so let's heat that up. Cheryl said she had to look in the mirror the other day. She had paint on her forehead. I had paint all over me the other day. I have it. Sometimes I'll get it up my arms. And so I'll go see a friend for coffee or something. And they'll be like, Linda, you got a little something there. I said, oh yeah, I was painting. See, I've even got it on my watch band. I'll have to clean my watch. Oh dear. My quiet embossing tool is great for quiet, but it takes it just a little bit longer to heat up at first. And once it's heated up, it goes, but at first it takes just a little bit longer. Are you liking it? Can you see it turning out? Oh my goodness, went to the store too with it. Well, I had to change clothes today because I keep getting paint on my good clothing. And so I'm like, I'm running out of clothes. They've all got stains on them. What I need to do is get me a t-shirt board and put some of my tops that have paint on them and lay them out and then just stamp all over it with paint so I can cover it up. I like the bubble wrap, don't you? We are members of Young Living, essential oils and whatnot, and they always put bubble wrap in their packages, and they're huge pieces. They're like 12 inches by 12 inches. So I've got the little bubble wrap, and you're going to like this one. I need to do something with it next. Look at this bubble wrap. It's huge. It's just absolutely huge. And then I have that bubble wrap. So I've got 3 different sizes that I can play with. And you know, once you start doing techniques like this, you look at things differently. You look at, oh, that has neat texture. Don't throw it away, husband. Let me have it. Or in Austin's case, wife. You know, ask for those things to be saved because it'll make an interesting texture. I like the way the gold looks on top. Just adding some neat texture to it. Alright, what else do you want me to do after this? Because we've been on for 2 hours, and I know some of you have a life. Henry said, well, I won't worry about coming home too soon. And I said, well, I'm starting a little bit earlier. He usually closes down at 5 or 6 p.m. our time. And I think he's going to have to check to see. Did Dallas win last night? I don't know. If they did, we can get pizza for half price. That's our Monday night thing. We go to pizza. All right, what do you think? Yeah, so Cheryl said, you know, throw it out when you're done with it. So if you have a neat texture thing, it gets icky, just throw it out. Isn't that kind of cool? All right, I think it needs something else because this blue in the background is kind of sticking out to me. And I think if I do another texture of blue, so let me get my paint palette out here. Let's put away this. I know it goes fast. So these painty papers, Kara, I can use for backgrounds on a tag or make pockets out of them for my junk journals. Just whatever. I may even make these into, well, I'm going to give these as a gift, but you could turn them into Franken pages. So cut them into strips or tear them to paste them onto another piece of paper and make Franken pages out of them. I think I want some more blue. Some people are saying that the video is just buffering. So if it's still buffering, you might reload so that it'll start working again for you. And let's see. If we did some more text on there, let's try, I'm going to try doing it with the script stamps. So I'm going to march this through. Oh my gosh, I should have left the gloves on. All right, so let's see. I think that's what it needed, was just a little bit of the blue carried across the whole page a little bit more. What do you think? Yeah, you're supposed to use them. You did all this work. Use them for something. Tags would also be good as well. In fact, I like this one, the way it's turning out. All right, do you want me to make some more? Someone said earlier fall colors. I can make one with a fall color. I think this tray is about dry. I did some fall colors a couple of weeks ago when I had the Halloween junk journal that I made. So we're making a mess, making a mess. I'm going to clean up this pink. We'll make layers. And then let's do, I've got some yellow still on my palette. I like the way that looks sometimes. It's just so cool. So like I was saying earlier, if you try to mix your paint too soon into another, you can get mud. So I'm kind of getting a muddy look. But I think this will be a good base to put some orange on top and some red. What do y'all think? I'll wipe off my tray a little bit so I can get the wet paint out of the way. Inky fingers! My nail salon's gonna be like, Linda, what you been doing? How you get so dirty? She's so funny. I make fun of her. I'm like, why don't you know English? She'll laugh. Hee 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 hee. She'll always say, what? What do you say? So come on. All right, so I've got some orange and I got some red and I got a brown nutmeg. Felique says, mud is brown. Brown is a fall color. Ta-da! Oh dear. Okay, so let's see. What should we put over the top of that? Let's do some orange. So I'm going to put a little bit of orange in my palette and spread it just a little bit. And let's see. Okay, I had like 3 towels here, and now they're all missing. Okay, here we go. I get to wash all my towels tonight because I was noticing I didn't have any clean ones left in my room. So what do you think? Bubble wrap? Should we do bubble wrap on this? Let's do the bubble wrap. So I've got the orange. Let me move this tray out of the way so I have more room. And let's just do the orange bubble wrap. So I'm going to really smush it. Yes, I'm here. Sorry. We had technical difficulties earlier. The power went out in my home and my computer turned off. So I had to get it to reboot, and then I just decided to use my cell phone to get it back on again. I like the orange. I like the orange. I like the orange. That looks kind of cool, doesn't it? On top of that? What do you think of that? I hope you like it, because if you don't, it's too bad. I'm making it. Austin, you missed this. These are some that I made a moment ago. The gold on top is embossing powder. That's what is on top of there, is embossing powder. And then we use some acrylic paints and some stamps in their acrylic paint. You liking it? Let's heat this up a little bit and dry it. What color should we do next? The red? Do the red. I think we could do the red. I know I have some fall stamps. Let me grab a couple of leaves here. Red. Gold would be pretty too. So she said, Cheryl said do brown and then the red, because the brown would be behind the red. I'm drying this because I don't want to have the orange lift when I put the next color down. Alright, how about if we do, for the brown, I've got this swirl, and if I do the swirl every once in a while and then come back with a red leaf, that should add some neat interest, huh? So let's do the brown. This paint's really thick. Oh my goodness. It looks like frosting. It is so thick. It must be old. It feels like a brand new bottle, but it must be old. Okay. I like that stamp too. That was a Stampability stamp, and I have 2 of these. I bought one, and a friend of mine got rid of all of her stamps, and this was in it. I like doing them randomly, just across the page. Rotate the stamp a little bit. Get different angles. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. And I think what I want to do is we're going to dry this a little. Like it? Dry, dry, dry. See you later, Robin. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. So glad to have you here when you could be here. Hey, Austin, you're now my admin moderator, so if somebody does something bad, you got to help me and kick them out. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, emboss it. Exactly. I do embossing with it a lot. I also like to use silver embossing powder on things. Okay, I think we need to do some red now. And I've got this stamp that I think I want to use for some red. And then we'll also do a few leaves. Boogers. Spread that out. Okay. My desk is full, y'all. I'm going to take pictures of this when I'm done so you can see what kind of mess I have going on. Alright, so I got this little texture stamp here. And I'm going to go in and just kind of add a little bit in the red. And I think we're going to do the leaves in gold. What do you think? Kind of cool? You like that? Hey, I'm so glad you came back. We had technical difficulties. The power went out. And when that went out, I lost my computer. I'm doing good, Cindy. So glad you're here. You liking it? I'm kind of out of picture. Sorry about that. I'll move it up just a little bit. I'm drying the red a little bit. And I'm just using copy paper. So this will be great for collaging and layering. Maybe what we'll do after I do the gold is I'll make a tag out of this. How's that sound? Let me make a tag out of it after I do the gold. You liking that? It's just layers upon layers. Alright, so let's pick, I'm going to do this larger leaf. And I've got some gold embossing powder. So I'm getting that all ready. I've got a Versamark pad. This is my old pad. So I'm okay with it being grungy. And let's stamp this. You gotta remember to rotate the stamp every so often. Kind of do it very random. Stamping away. What is your favorite kind of music to listen to? I tend to turn on Pandora while I'm crafting. If I'm not doing a video, and I'll just listen to the music as it comes. And some days it's country, some days it's classic metal, it's classic pop. Some days it's just current pop. Just kind of depends on my mood. Jazz sometimes. Once I thumbprint things that I like, then I've got a channel that's thumbprint radio. And so it will play whatever I have liked. That's kind of cool to just let it randomly pick songs. Because depending on your mood, some songs may be better than others. Okay, so there's the leaves. So Austin says he watches YouTube. Otherwise, he'll watch Netflix and then listen to music. Cheryl says she listens to gospel. Barry Manilow. Of course, I know you would love Barry Manilow. 60s and 70s. Classic rock. Hey, Bozina. So glad to have you here. We're doing some mixed media backgrounds. Country girl. I like a lot of different music. I think part of that was, here's a tidbit you may not have known about me. I was in high school choir and in the high school marching band, and I was head drum major of the marching band. I was also playing clarinet and bass clarinet. So I have a deeper appreciation for music and different styles because my band director, introduced new things to us. Big band is fun too. I like to listen to big band every once in a while. That's where I think Harry Connick Jr., in the way that he does his with the big band sound in a way. I like the way that is. What do you like? You liking the way this is looking with the gold? I'm liking it. Oh, bagpipes. My husband hates bagpipes. But the other day, I found a gal that is it Scottish music and Indian music, and she plays the bagpipes and rocks to it. And it sounds amazing. I think I followed her on YouTube. If I can find her later, I'll share a video on my page. Just because it's just lively and fun and makes you want to get up and move. Oh yeah, I grew up watching Glenn Miller, That's something Mom would turn on the TV at the house, and we would just listen to that and play games and enjoy each other's company while we listened to the music. We weren't really watching it per se, we were just listening to it. Well, I like the way that looks. What do y'all think? Do you like that? Yeah, Austin's a baby. Austin's a baby. He's not very old. I'm old enough to be his mother. I'm old enough to be his mom. He's just a baby. Get a drink, y'all. Gotta get a drink. I should have put some booze in there. Alright, so let's make a tag. How's that sound? Let me get a piece of cardstock. What color do I want to use? Let's see. I got a craft color here. Do I have one that I like? Well, here's kind of it's not craft, it's just a brown. And I think that would look good on there, don't you? And Mariana says, I'm old enough to be his grandma. Alright, so we're going to go, let's see, 6 inches. We're going to make some 4x6 tags. So I just taken an 8.5 by 11 and cut down 6 inches. And now I'm cutting a 4-inch piece and another 4-inch piece. So fun fact, you can get 3 4x6 tags out of a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to do 3. Just so we have it. Okay. Oh, funny. Austin was born in 95. He's just a baby. All right, so I think I want to do just slightly smaller than 6 inches. So we're going to go 5 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to cut that. And then we're going to do 3 3/4. And I'm going to cut that. And I what I'm going to do is, if you will go over to Facebook to the event that I created today for this mixed media, and I'm going to make 2 tags here. Wait, I'm going to make one more. I'm going to make 3 tags, and I'm going to do a drawing, and 3 people are going to win one of these fall tags I'm making. How's that sound? So I want you to go over to the Facebook Mixed Media Backgrounds. Tell me what you liked about today's play. And you'll be entered in the drawing. How's that sound? Okay. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut the corners off. So what I like to do is just get a pencil, and my mat has a 1-inch grid. So I go in and make, you're doing it off camera because my mat's covered up. So I make a mark across the corner. I've got 3 of them stacked together, and then I'm just going to cut that all the way across. I grab this piece and flip it over and put it in the opposite corner on the top. And the reason why I do this is you don't have to have a tag template, and it makes them consistently the same on both sides, okay? And I save these little pieces because I have a stamp that happens to fit on top of that. So now I'm going to take these 3 pieces that are slightly smaller than my tag. I'm going to line them all up straight as best I can. And I'm going to pull it to the top, okay? And what I'm going to do is flip this over so it's even with the edge and it's centered. And I'm going to cut off these, and that will make these fit perfectly on my tag. See there how that fits? All right. Everybody's talking about how old they are. And that's what I love about this art too, is we have and I know in my group we had like a 13-year-old that was posting some things. And we have people that are in their 80s that are into this. You know, so it doesn't matter what age you are. Everybody can play and enjoy. All right, I'm kind of cleaning up here. I'm going to do something. I'm gonna cover this up. It's bugging me. It's bugging me. I think we can see better now. Hey, Carrie. Sorry, we had a power outage, and when it went, my computer died. So I was like, well, what do I do? So I got out my cell phone and connected it up so that we could continue on. All right. Who took my distress ink now? I know you did. What'd you do with it? I found it. Oh, dear. Yeah, thank you, Austin, for sharing the link to the group. I greatly appreciate it. So now I've got walnut stain distress ink, and I'm going to go around the edges. I'm going to make one of these live, and if you guys are ready to go, we'll get off here, and I'll just finish the other 2 after I turn off the camera. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and go around the edge just a little bit. I'm going to use the direct because I want it to a little bit more grungy. So here is where, if you want to have a really dark edge around your tag, that you can use a permanent marker. And let me get my ruler that I put over here. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So I've just got a cheap Dollar Tree permanent marker. And I'm going to put my ruler, and leaving just a sliver of that tag visible, I'm going to use my marker that I think is dried up. Okay, we'll put this one away. I need to buy some more. Ah, there we go. And we're going to go around the edges of this, and that just gives it a little border. So those of you that don't have sewing machines and always comment, Linda always sews. Well, here's another way to add a little detail to the edges without sewing. Oh, I do have a couple more groups. I also have art and craft tutorials group, and I have by Linda Israel. Oh, and I have one more thing I need to show you guys. I'm going to be doing a workshop, so I've got a private Facebook group for those that pay for the online workshop. So what do you think of that? Okay. So now let's take some glue, and I'm going to put some glue on the back side. I'm just using Aleene's tacky glue, whatever glue you like. I can use the Scrap Perfect glue, can use this glue. Some people use Fabri-Tac glue. Some people use Glossy Accents. There's no wrong glue. Carrie, what challenge? No, this is going to be a gift that anybody that goes to my Facebook event that we shared today for this event on Facebook through Linda Israel, you can leave a comment of what you like during the event today, and I'm going to pick 3 winners to get a tag from me. What do you think? You like that? I think it's good. Okay, so I've got another rubber stamp, and we need some ribbon, I think, for the top of that. So let me get my ribbon box. So I think I've showed this before. This is one of those 12 by 12 iris boxes that you're supposed to put scrapbook paper in. And what I've done is I put in some plastic dividers that I taped into place. And then I took pieces of cardboard to measure and wrapped my ribbon around it, taking them off the spools. And I ended up with 2 of these drawers full of ribbon. And it's so much easier to find ribbon now than when I did the spools and they were all in a drawer and I had to thumb all through them. Now I can just open up these. I know that this drawer goes yellow, red, orange, brown, black, and gold. And then the other one I think has the blues and the purples and the greens in it. So, oh, she can't get on the page because she's on YouTube. She didn't want to switch screens. I get that. I get that. If you're on your computer, you can open another tab. All right, so let's see. Oh, here's some fibery looking. So let's use some of this fibery looking. And I think this brown gross grain will work together. What do you think? Those will work together. And if we want to go really fancy, we'll put some gold. Oh, and this is kind of neat. Okay, so I got a few things out. So now what we're going to do is, I got my hole punch. So I'm just using my crocodile, and I'm going to punch a hole. That's a great way to store your ribbon. I had enough ribbon that those drawers that you get, like an Iris Cart drawer, Rubbermaid, there were like 3 drawers high that are about, I don't know, I think they're 8 inches tall by 8 inches by 11 or 12 inches big. And I had 5 of those full of ribbon. And now I have 2, let's see, I have 3 of those iris cart things. And the other one, I just haven't pulled the ribbon off the spools yet. So it takes up a whole lot less space. Okay. So I have give thanks to the Lord for he is good. And I think that would be a good sentiment to put on here. So we're going to grab, let's see, what do I want? I think I want some ivory paper. Kind of an ivory color maybe. Let's see. Oh, wait, I've got a gold here. Let's see if I've got a kind of a golden rod. Where'd it go? Here it is. Maybe that'll work. And we can stamp in black. Okay, so let's see. Let's stamp that in black on there. And we'll do the black marker around it. So that will make it look like we have matted when we have not. So I'm going to cut this paper. Good night, Carrie. I think someone said, someone is not, or what is it? No, Cindy said good night. It's hard for me to keep up, y'all. All right, so this is going to be about 2 1/4 inches. Move that aside by 1 3/4 inches. My desk is a mess right now, y'all. I'm blessed that I can even get my paper cutter on here. And there's so little space on my desk now. All righty. So we've got the tag started. I'm going to get this Brilliance ink and I'm going to use the corner rounder. Yeah, I think. Like that. And on my Facebook page, you don't have to be accepted. The group you have to be accepted, but the event is on the page. So you can get to the event on the page. All right. That'll look good, don't you think? I'm going to hit the heat tool on it because it's pigment ink, and if you put your finger in it, it will smear. Hello, Mary Kay. I'll share a link for my page. I can do that. I can do that. Austin said he was trying to balance his cutter on his lap. He's down to a 6 by 6 inch space. It happens to me all the time. I don't know why I end up doing it, but I do. It's like, come on. I need to have about, I don't know, 3,000 square feet dedicated to the crafting area so that I can have plenty of room to put things. This is my Facebook page. Oh. Yeah, Gloria, if you go to my page in the events today, it should show that I had the event for the mixed media backgrounds. So I'm just using Distress inks around the edge, and I'm coming in just a little bit. So it's going to be kind of grungy. Okay. And then I think we need to put some black marks around this. So I'm just going to kind of, I'm holding the pen just on the edge of the paper and drawing. So don't lift the pen, just kind of use the edge of the paper as a guide to go all the way around. Since it's cardstock, it works pretty good. If it's thinner paper, your pen can flip off. So what do you think so far? Like that? And I was just wondering if I were to put a little piece. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything, does it? At least 3,000, Carrie. At least 3,000. Basically a whole house with no walls. What do you think? Should we use this ribbon and go edge to edge? I think we can do that. What do you think? Edge to edge with the ribbon? Oh, black or purple would be good. I don't have any handy. But I think I like the gold. I wonder if you would like it better if it had some black behind the gold. No, because I think I like seeing the background. Okay, so we're going to trim this off. I like the gold. Okay. All right, that's two of us that likes the gold. Go for the gold. All right, this is a wired ribbon, so I'm going to take the wire out of it. So I'm just pulling that out. Isn't that neat? All right, so to get this to stay in place, if I didn't have a sewing machine, I would use a tool that I think all of you probably can get, and that's a stapler. So what I'm going to do is staple at the top and the bottom. Okay, so I've got two staples there and there. And I'm going to staple at the top and the bottom. So now that's stapled down. Now, if these stick out too much, this is what I usually do, is I take my stapler and I beat the staples, and that gets them smoother. So get you a good stapler. This one's all metal. See? Austin, great minds think alike. All right, so I think we can put that right there. So I'm going to put some glue under here. So I'm going to put a generous amount of glue because we're trying to adhere through the lace, the gold stuffs. Like this. Okay. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll find something heavy and set it on there just for a few minutes. So while that's doing that, let's look at some of our fibers here. And I think what I'm going to do is get some brown. And I'm going to eyeball it. Probably about that much. And I'll cut this at a diagonal. And let's use some of these fibers. I joined a swap a while back. And they sent me all these little bits and pieces. And at the time, I made greeting cards. And when I make greeting cards, I make a half a dozen to a dozen of a design at a time because I sell the cards in shops here in Oklahoma. So when people would send me in a swap, 12 inches of ribbon, I was like, I can't do anything with that. So I just stuck it aside. And now that I'm doing junk journals, it doesn't matter how big the piece is because it can all be different. And I'm using up some of this stash that I've had for years. All right, so I think that should be down. So here comes the tricky part of getting this to go all the way through. Oh, you know what? If you ever have problems getting ribbon to go through a hole in like a card, take a piece of wire or another piece of ribbon that you know is easy to pull through the hole, and then pull the bunch through by using the folded over ribbon. Like that. Hey, Debbie! Oh, it's okay. I'm still playing here. I was just showing them that they can use a piece of wire or ribbon to pull ribbon through a hole on like a tag, because sometimes it can be difficult. Thank you, Carrie. Okay. So depending upon your style, if you want your ribbon to kind of dangle down, I would do 1 knot. If you're one that wants your ribbon to go up, then you tie another knot. And I think I want the ribbon to go down because I just think that's neat. Now my saying hasn't adhered all the way down, but I think you get the idea. You like that tag? Like it? So glad you're here, Debbie. Well, I'm out of one beverage. All right, so I have 2 things I can show you. One of them, I'm just going to show you the cover. So this is a workshop, an online workshop. There are 10 videos involved with the workshop, and I failed to write down how many hours it takes. Carrie loves it, and she likes her ribbons perky. She wants them going up. So tie another knot in it. So this is a journal that I made using Canvas Court Brands products. And the workshop, online workshop, is $50, and it includes the kit. So I just wanted to share that. I'm not going to do a flip through because I want you to see. I don't want to show you a flip through because some people look at it and they're like, oh, I figured that out. I don't need to pay for the shop. So I'm going to share a link to the YouTube or the shop with Canvas Court Brands. I just uploaded all of the videos today for the workshop. So the workshop, by the time you get the kit, will be all up and ready and running. So I hope that you'll check that out because I'd love to have you in the workshop. And we have a Facebook group that's private so that you can chat and share and ask questions. It's perfect for newbies. So if you're new to junk journaling, this would be a perfect opportunity. And then I wanted to share the Calico Collage Digital Kit Think Pink. This is in honor of breast cancer awareness. My mother-in-law had breast cancer, and thankfully she was able to get treatment and beat it. And she has been healthy now ever since, so we're real happy about that. So I thought I would show you some of the elements that are in there. Thanks, Carrie. It was a lot of fun. I make that journal in the journal workshop. It's got, the pages are cardstock in it. So these are some of the images. And I just wanted to share this. This is the next journal that I'm going to try to work on. I'll probably just make it and have a flip through. So it's kind of pretty. And what I liked about this is the journal page. Oh, there's some little roses. I forgot. Are really pretty. So like this could be the cover. You could make a large journaling card. But this was kind of clever. So if you're giving this to somebody that is going through breast cancer or cancer of some kind, they could use this as a journal about when they go through their treatment. So they've got every month across the top. So you just circle it and then circle the day of the month, and then you can journal about it. And she put that on several of the pages. Carrie just said that Calico Collage has a lot of things on sale, some up to 60% off, and I think this one is like 20 or 30% off right now. So it's a really good price. And I just love these images, and I just had to share them before I got off here. Do my duty as a design team person to share the things I love. Okay, Mariana. Calico Collage has planner pages, and I have been working on a few of those. I don't think I have the planner pages handy. Let me see if this is it. No, I don't have it handy. I thought I had it right here so I could show you some of the planner pages, but I've shown them in a couple other videos. you can check that out. All right. Okay, well. Oh, great. I'm glad, Debbie. She's having an awesome sale. A lot of stuff out there. A lot of stuff that she has available. Well, if you haven't already, go over to my Facebook page, look for the event where I talk about this. I'll put the link in the description box of this video so that you can come back after we get off the live stream and click on it. Type something up, why you like the show, what was your favorite part about it, and I will have a drawing to give away one of these, actually 3 because I'm going to make 2 more, little tags, okay? Oh, I'm sorry you got scared by somebody blowing off firecrackers. That's just odd. People are doing that. The Apple Journal is winging its way to someone's home. I had offered it for sale, and I had a lady message me that wanted it, and so it should be in her hot little hands probably tomorrow because today was a holiday. I shipped it out last week, the end of the week. So I'm excited. I got a little bit of money. I can pay for more supplies. Is there any more questions anybody has? Anything else you need? We'll do it again on next Monday. If you're commenting about the workshop thing we did today, then you can make suggestions of what you want to see next week. I'm trying to decide what I want to work on. Probably some more tags, because those seem to be easy to make. And maybe that's what we'll do next week. All right? Thank you, Carrie. I don't understand the blackouts. It's crazy. Thanks, Austin. Anything else? All right. Well, I'm going to get off of here. Yay! I'm so glad. Yay! Journaling cards. I think journaling cards would be good, too. We can do some more journaling cards. I'm glad you had fun. I enjoy doing this. Sometimes it gets a little crazy, and I'm running out of space. I'm going to get my camera out and take some photos of my desk before I clean up so you guys can really, truly see what kind of mess I have. So I just want to get and say thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you're not a fan of live, I understand that. Do check out my other videos because I try to get straight to the point and fast forward through the boring stuff. But I hope that you enjoyed this, that you enjoyed the live, and you'll come back to it because I greatly appreciate you watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell at the top, and of course come back and leave a comment under this video after the live is done as well, because it helps me get seen. So if you really enjoyed it, do that. Well, this is the time where I say, okay, it's time for you to hang up, okay? So you hang up. And I said, I thought you were going to hang up, so go ahead and hang up and say bye. Thanks for being here, Paula. Time to make dinner. I'm so glad, Mariana. So glad. No, Austin, you hang up. And Robin's not here. She had to go away, but she would normally say, good night, John Boy. Bye, John Boy. Good night, Mary Ellen. Oh, dear. All right. Love you lots. And I'm going to get off here. Oh, yeah, I got to stand up. Bye. See, I was going to do it on my computer, and I'd be sitting here saying, okay, bye. Why isn't this hanging up? Thanks. Yes, Carrie says, thanks, everyone, for hanging on until the end. I really do appreciate you. This is what I love doing. I'm not making a lot of money at it yet, but maybe someday I'll get discovered and one of my videos will go viral. So maybe you can help with that. Just share, share, share. All right. Y'all have a great night. Good night. Good night, Jim Bob. All right. I got to figure out how to turn it off on my phone. So I think I did. Did I do it? No. Are you still there? You are. You're still there. How do you stop it? Okay, maybe here. Share. I don't know how to stop it, y'all. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes.